Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sudtharsshan Mogan. Welcome to today's discussion on supply chain risk in the political, economic, and social arenas in Malaysia. As a moderator, I will lead this conversation, and I hope our panelists will provide valuable insights on this topic. Supply chain is product production and distribution. Supply chains cover all customer delivery steps. Raw materials, production, and distribution from a distribution center or retail store may be involved. Exchange rate fluctuations and supplier bankruptcies are risk. Budget overruns, limitations, constructive changes, and missed milestones requiring additional funding are financial risk. Supply chain visibility issues can delay, disrupt, and increase costs. Poor communication, demand forecasting, and information access can cause this. Over reliance on one supplier or region can make the supply chain vulnerable to natural disasters, political instability, and the other unforeseen events. Diversification and contingency planning lower this risk. Harris, can you clarify on this political risk?
Good evening to everyone. My name is Haris. First and foremost, political variables are affected by the threat to the supply chain posed by a decline in the supermarket and retail egg production in Malaysia, state of Perak, Penang, Kelantan, and Selangor, as well as Melaka. Consumer and business owners are experiencing a shortage of essential as a direct result of a bird flu. Egg and chicken supplies have diminished globally, including in Malaysia. There is a possibility that consumer dissatisfaction will result from a government failure to address food insecurity and rising food price. Anger could reduce support for the ruling party, especially if the opposition party can find a solution to the issue. So, a recent government regulation prohibiting the export of egg from domestic farm.
What about economic concerns? Will Sofea and Crystal be able to elaborate on this segment?
Thank you, Sudtharsshan. Greetings, I'm Sofea. Malaysia's economy has suffered from global russet potato shortages, which are scarce worldwide due to drought, rain, and disease. This causes prices to increase and supply to decrease, hurting local businesses that use them. Other than that, it could lower the GDP by reducing income and economic growth. To improve local food security, the government and private sectors should collaborate more strategically. They could organize and monitor food securities with new technologies. These measures would protect food prices from unexpected events, lowering the long-term cost of living. Will you do the honors to continue, Crystal?
Well, I'm Crystal. Thank you, Sofia. Global roasted potato shortages adversely impact the Malaysian economy. Roasted potato shortages can rise by and reduce the availability, hunting local species that use them. This can lower the GDP by reducing income and economic growth. To improve local food security, government and private sector should cooperate more strategically. They could organize and monitor the food supply chain with a new technology. This measure would protect the food supply from unexpected events, lowering the long-term cost of living. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Crystal. Let's move on to the final section. Sophie, can you elaborate on social area?
Thank you, Sudtharsshan. Hi, my name is Saufi. Most businesses will only look at how they can generate more revenue without knowing how the business could affect the staff welfare as well as the environment. So the first risk that I'm going to talk about is the human rights violation, which can be seen in the fast fashion industry that practice cheap and forced labor activities. Their employees are forced to be crammed in the factory just to produce more production to meet the demand. So the second one is the environmental damage risk that can be seen in the palm oil industry in Malaysia. One of the main issue here is deforestation that contributes to the climate change by releasing the large amount of carbon dioxide as well as other greenhouse gases that could potentially lead to the soil and water pollution, impacting the health of the local communities as well as the aquatic ecosystem. So, the solution to this risk is that the companies should disclose the name and the location of their suppliers and subcon. This will help to identify the potential area of risk and promote accountability throughout the supply chain process. Regular audit and assessment by interviewing workers, reviewing their employment contract, and verifying working condition can be done as well. Thank you.
Thank you all for the insightful explanations. To conclude this, the supply chain risks are important for businesses in Malaysia to be proactive in managing to ensure the stability and growth of the economy, as well as reducing the cost of operation and deliver affordable products to consumers, while maintaining profitability of the company and boosting growing economic demand of the country. Thank you.